So today is June 16th, 2025, and I'm 21 years old. I think I've learned more lessons this year at the age of 20 than probably any other year I've been alive. And I hope that continues to show pattern where every year I learn more than last. This year in particular has been full of imposter syndrome, just about my experiences. It's been very existential. I've been scared that I'm living life wrong, or there's no purpose at all, I guess. And I feel like I've learned a lot of lessons, and I feel like I have a lot to share with you about what I've learned. Some valuable stuff, I hope, maybe. I wanted to first share with you a thing that I wrote down June 17th of last year, so one day after I turned 20. And I think it's going to lay the foundation for this discussion. Sometimes I hide in front of the camera, tell a story, and make my life to be more than it ever was. I was scared if I was seen as boring, nobody would care. And so I try to live a life of interest, but not for the purpose of living, for the purpose of pleasing an audience. Are my experiences truly mine if they're only for the sole purpose of sharing with others? If I'm wanting to work on a video or music or anything like that, I have so much trouble thinking about what it is I want to do, and it's often because in the back of my mind I know I have an essay due, or I have to call that company for an interview, or this or that or the other, and I have these big obligations that I know I have to do, but I really don't want to deal with them right now, and I'd rather work on this video or do something creative that I love. I never find it difficult to keep myself busy. I'm always in a state of doing something. I'm playing guitar, making videos, or rock climbing. I'm working or going to school. I never seem to have time to rest. And I really wanted to ask myself, why exactly is it that I'm that way? I feel like I always have to be doing something. And I discussed this previously in one of my videos about how I want to feel like an adult, and I think that's part of the factor. But it certainly clutters my mind, and it's hard to keep myself focused on the things that I want to do. And sort of organize my thoughts, because right now it's almost like a pile of cords that you really can never get untangled, like they're glued together. I need to figure out how to get rid of the glue. So I'm currently stressing about an 8-page essay that I have due tonight, and I have literally done none of it. So I'm so stressed. This is the worst thing ever. And it's funny because I've literally been spending probably the past 2 weeks roughly thinking about it. The last week of spring break, and you can't do work on spring break. That's wrong. So now I'm literally cramming 9 pages into one day, and I'm about to go insane. But it's okay. I have 4 pages done, so we're just going to keep grinding, and I'm going off of hope and a prayer now. Familiarity is a valuable thing. In time, it makes the big things feel so much smaller and the smaller things feel so much bigger.
Well, I'm just a stranger, I'm only a walker. I guess I ain't human, but sometimes I feel like I'm only a ghost, like I'm only a wall. And if you come around, honey, I'll probably
Yeah. It's funny, the drive to Atlanta used to kill me. I hated to do it. But now it's one of the only moments of peace I really have. I can just watch the pines as they go by and the sun as it sets in the sky.
One day I'ma be a steamboat baby. One day I can be a freight train lady. I roll down the river.
If you'll notice that right there, a little dot of brightness, that is the moon. And here's my little boat covering it. That is perspective. As a college student and somebody that works 30, 35 hours a week at two separate jobs, it gets pretty chaotic pretty quickly, and they're the things we have to do, obviously, right? Like, we have to go to work, we have to go to but there's certain things that we just kind of need to do. Like, we need to wash the dishes and do our laundry and all that stuff. It can be so hard to actually really convince yourself to get up and do those things. Perhaps it's all about the perspective of your priorities that will be the most beneficial in making you more productive in doing them. If you're familiar with Stardew Valley, it's like a super popular farming game nowadays. And one of the things you'll really remember if you've played the game is how much winter sucks. Like, it's just terrible. And so you can't farm or anything like that. So you're like, when's it gonna be over? And then finally spring comes and like the happy music hits back and it's like, this is what I missed. Like, this is what I was waiting for. And that's sort of how this spring has felt for me. Honestly, it feels so nice, so warm, and the flowers are blooming. It's definitely well needed. So. Like I showcased with the boat earlier, super tiny thing. The boat kind of represents the things we have to do daily, right? So laundry and all that. And we have these things in the back of our mind that we have to do. You kind of just procrastinate and put off. And we think, well, we're so busy. I have so many things to do. And so you just never do them and you never do them. But perhaps the perspective that you need to focus on is the fact that the moon would represent all of the big assignments that you have to do, or the big thing, the things that I guess stress you out more than anything. Because I find that in my head, big assignments that I know are coming due, if they stress me out enough, I just try and completely forget about them. But they sit in the back of my mind, so I know eventually I'm gonna have to do them, but it kind of stumps me from being able to do anything else. So I'm kind of just sitting in that weird thing where I'm like, I have a lot to do, but I don't know how to get started. I find that starting with the big things can be one of the easiest ways to really get through it all.
Somebody just do like had to be straight on.
pick up the slack. Are you looking up? Why?